Hi, girly.
Hi, girly.
I'm Eliana,
I'm Derek.
and this is
The book club for
For
the
the Girlies.
girlies.
On today's episode of For the Girlies, we're going to be chatting about.
Binding 13 by Chloe Walsh.
Yeah! But before we jump into it, please make sure that you have liked, commented, shared, and that you've subscribed to our channel.
Mhm.
Also, make sure that you hit the notification bell to always be aware of when we're posting.
Yes, ma'am. Make sure that you are following us on all of the socials. The links are down in the description box below. Make sure that you are being kind in those comments. And that's kind to each other, kind to us, please and thank you, and kind to the author.
Binding 13 by Chloe Walsh. So, what I would like to say about it is that
Mm-hmm.
this one is a clear cliche. It's like strong, brawny jock meets
Mm-hmm.
weak, helpless, abused girl and falls head over heels with the need to protect her.
Mm-hmm.
We see him struggle through keeping to his commitments to his rugby dream.
Why am I feeling so wrong?
Exactly. And then we see his and Shannon's relationships with their friends and family, and then ultimately their love story.
Yes.
What else would you like to add?
Um, so while he is dealing with, the struggle between the two of them, he's also dealing with an injury in his groin.
Mm,
Um, and he's a really good player.
yep.
So he's dealing with the pressures of, needing to play and go on. Shannon's also from a crazy abusive family.
Yeah.
So she's dealing with that as well. So those dynamics come into play as well. What
I wanted to
else?
note that he's not just a good player, he's really close to going full professional. He
Yes.
plays for the academy, that's what they keep calling it. So it's like one step above school stuff. It's like he's almost professional.
Yeah.
And he should be getting into the league in May, and the book starts off in like January.
Yes. Also, Shannon is new to the school.
Mm-hmm.
She was poor girl,
Bullied.
bullied terribly at her previous schools. And now she goes to this private school with her homegirls, and that's where she meets Johnny.
Yeah. Okay. So, what did you think? Was it a long or a short read?
I think it was long and short.
Mm-hmm.
So like it took a second for it to pick up,
Yeah.
but then like once it picked up, I was like, oh, okay, and I was reading it. So yeah. There were some pacing issues at the beginning, so I would say long and short read. What did you say?
I would say it's a pretty long read. The beginning, like you said, the pacing was crazy because they were the author was really going into their lives,
Yeah.
which makes sense,
Hmm.
but also I kind of wish it was done differently because like you said at the beginning, I was thinking, why am I reading this? This is not, I don't want to read this. Especially also the tone of it all.
Hmm.
I didn't know if it was because, like they're teenagers, so they're gonna
Hmm.
sound a little stupid. But there was just a lot going on there for me. But it does get, at least in my opinion, it does get a lot better, a lot faster paced, and there's a lot of different elements to
Yeah.
the story that I think also helps after that.
Absolutely. Okay. Format.
Oh yeah, so it's in both of their points of view.
Yeah, Johnny and Miss Shannon.
Shannon.
Likes and dislikes.
Woohoo!
Okay. You want me to start?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. So I really liked the book. I ended up really liking it. Um, which surprised me. It was a slow burn. It's such a slow burn, but you don't mind. I
Yes.
kept reading when we were looking for a book to read. I kept seeing in the comments people saying like it's such a slow burn, but once you get to like you don't even care anymore.
Yeah.
And I was like, that's so true. Like I'm not like them being together romantically is like the farthest thing from my mind. I'm like, wait, no, I want the story. Um, but my biggest like is Gipsy.
Oh, that is my first one too.
I
I
love him. I
love
love Gipsy
Gipsy.
so
He's
much.
the best.
He's such a good boy.
I know, he's my favorite. He's the best friend
He's
ever.
the best friend ever. Like protect him at all cost. He
All
is
costs.
so good
If you're gonna read this book, I feel like you end up just loving him over everything
over
else.
everybody else.
Like,
Yeah,
I'm just reading this for Gipsy at this
truly,
point.
he's the best boy.
Yeah.
Um, I also loved him and Claire Bear. I think they're the
Hmm.
cutest, but it's really him. She's cute, but it's really him and like how he interacts with everyone in the book. How he
Yeah.
protects his friends. Um, and also he's like not afraid to just be like he says what he thinks.
Wears his heart on his sleeve.
Yeah, he's just such a good boy. He's such a good
Yeah.
boy. A plus to his parents. What about you? What's some likes for you?
Okay, so aside from loving Gipsy,
Mm-hmm.
I was wrapped up in their relationship, and I think Chloe did a good job with that. So, like you
Yes.
said, it's a slow burn, but also it's realistic. Thinking
Yes.
about the fact that by the time that this book is done, we are actually not even at May yet.
Mm-hmm.
We're probably like maybe Marchish.
Yeah, it's a birthday. It
Yeah,
was just her birthday.
yeah. So we're like Marchish, Aprilish at this
Yeah.
point. So it just makes sense that it's a slow burn. That's how it should go.
And they're kids.
Yeah. And then I did like the sports aspect of it because it wasn't too descriptive of
Yeah.
it, but also I got the excitement of it a little bit
Mm-hmm.
as well.
Rugby's
Um,
dangerous.
it really is. I don't recommend. I love how bitchy Lizzie is.
Facts.
She's so, like always mad at somebody. Always somebody's always on her nerves, whether it's her on and off boyfriend or one of the other rugby guys. She and Claire can be mad at each other sometimes, but typically she's mad at one of the guys.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And I'm down for it.
She me for real. She like, I hate men.
And then the other thing I said that I liked was that it was definitely a yearning kind of story, and
Mm-hmm.
that's what I wanted needed.
Yes.
So,
I love the yearning. Yes, yes. I also just wanted to highlight other characters that I really loved.
okay.
Um, Joey,
Mhm.
thought he was such a great big brother. Um, how do you say his girlfriend's name?
Mm.
I know she out here saying it crazy.
I forget what it said at the beginning of the book. I think I started saying Aoife. How do you say it?
Okay, so when I was listening to it,
What did they say?
it sounded like her name was like Ellie or something like. So then when I started to read it,
Then you didn't know who that
I
was.
said, "Wait a minute,
Wait, let me look it up. What they said.
out Alfie,
It is Aoife.
Aoife."
It is Aoife. Look,
Okay,
it's Aoife.
where you looking?
Right here.
Aoife. Okay,
Aoife.
Aoife.
Maybe it's Effa.
And maybe that's why it sounded like Ella.
Yeah, Effa.
Maybe. I also had it up, speeded up a little bit because they was
Oh.
reading too slow, and then the accent, which sometimes gets really Jamaican, and it's funny.
This is true.
It's so good, especially when it was sped up. I was like, "Y'all on the island or the island?" um, but yeah, I really appreciated her as well.
She was great.
She was good people. I love
Although
Johnny,
Joey at the end,
and he pissed me off a little bit because like,
yeah.
what did I ask you not to do, and what did you do? But I get it. Sometimes you gotta put me first, Lucius. I get it. I also just really love that she finally had a place and people that she felt safe.
Mhm.
Um, yeah, she just felt safe and like could be herself and could really bloom and
Mhm.
it was a fresh start for her. But that she had it and that she kept saying it. She said like multiple times, like, "I feel safe here. I feel good here."
Mhm.
She was happy to go back to school. Like, what kid be wanting to go to school?
And that just sparked for me. I liked the fact that she would acknowledge that she didn't have to run anymore and that she needed to work on that within herself.
Hmm.
That she was always running for everything.
Yeah, and then of course I loved the love story.
Yeah.
I loved it too. I was like, first I was like, these kids is bad, and I don't
Right.
know if I want to read this. I was so tempted to be like, I think we messed up. But I gave
We
it a good.
didn't.
Yeah, we did not. I gave it a go, and it was good. I really enjoyed them.
Wait, we're in the middle of the episode, but someone did recommend this book to us in our comments like
Yes,
a couple months ago. They didn't have their name, but thank you,
yes.
whoever you are.
We're gonna insert the comment here. Thank you.
Thank you for recommending this. You were correct. This is good.
That's what the girlies needed.
Yeah.
Okay. Dislikes.
So I still think it's crazy that we're going with the unsupervised kids angle.
Hmm.
So Johnny lives in a great big manor, and his parents, for the most part, are always away traveling for work. So he's typically by himself.
It's given Tree Hill, North Carolina.
Yeah, and like so many other stories where
Yeah.
like
Where are your
they just
parents?
don't have parents. Well, I mean that's the only way that they get to do these crazy things is because they don't have parents.
Yeah,
Also, I don't listen, man. I'm not Irish, so I don't.
I am. So let's. What do you want to talk about?
I just don't. The fact that they would frequent bars.
Oh, because they're of age.
How?
They're 17.
You? Oh, it's 17 over there.
Mm-hmm.
I thought it would be 18.
It's 17.
Wow,
Unless I'm wrong. But I
that's
believe I'm right.
crazy. Anyway, the other thing that I disliked was that um I hate that his parents leave him alone for so long. That's not cool. Why would you leave your 17-year-old for months at a time, unsupervised, no care? Just in general, though, why would you leave a 17-year-old? That's your kid. I wouldn't want to leave him for months, even if he did have a caretaker. That's weird.
It's weird that they're. Yeah.
I would,
Why is he not with you?
right. I was just thinking, like, I would sacrifice my career for that. I don't need to be traveling all the time for my career if I have a son
Yeah.
who's going to be at home. He needs
And it
me
seems
at
like
home.
the dad was a lawyer, right?
Yeah.
So in London. So why we don't live in London? If mom needs to be wherever she needs to be, or Dublin is where he was. The mom was in and out of London.
I don't know why they didn't just have that house as like their getaway house. I don't know, but also his parents were not together either. I don't get that either. How do you, as
How
a
are we a
couple,
family?
it's giving Cheryl Lee Ralph, and then obviously,
Cheryl Lee Ralph.
yeah, isn't it her that she's
Oh, her
married
and her
and her
husband.
husband?
Oh,
Yeah,
I was like, what's the connection there?
yeah, no. And then my final point was that I felt like her mom is the most trash human next to her dad.
Hmm. Yeah, you just yes, I do not like that he's alone and living alone. That was a great point. That is a dislike of mine as well. But my one and only dislike was Shannon's mother, and then I said and her father, but really her mother. I
Mm-hmm.
just couldn't believe that, especially
Mm-hmm.
at the end there where
Oh man.
she goes to defend him.
Mm-hmm.
I couldn't believe it. Like I was truly speechless. Truly, truly speechless. Um, just a vile woman
Yep.
and a disgusting man. But like, he can only survive because of you. You are, yeah, you are allowing him to be this way with you, and he cheats on you, and he leaves, and you accept him back, and he gets you pregnant, and you got all these babies, and you don't even working. Girl, what are we doing?
She does not know what she's doing.
What's your problem?
I don't know. And then the grandma is there and is taking care of
And grandma
like
don't say a word to nobody. She said,
I'm so just confused about that part of the story.
yeah.
Like I get it. She's a also a battered woman, but I'm also like, yeah, no. I don't want to. I don't want to read these interactions with this woman. It's just draining.
And God forgive me, I was happy when she lost that baby.
I think we all were.
I said, whew. I
The
was
only
relieved. Everybody was, Johnny was, not Johnny, Joey was relieved. Shannon
Shannon.
was relieved, and so was me. I
Yep.
said, Lord, because who was
You
going to take care of that baby?
Joey.
Yeah. Shannon.
Yeah. Moving along into our ratings, where
Mm-hmm.
we don't rate things on a scale of 1 to 10 here, you guys. We rate things on a scale of
WTF was that?
interesting but wouldn't read again,
It was good.
loved, would read again.
How will I ever go on?
So, how did you rate this one?
I said I loved it and I would read it again.
Okay, so I said, how will I ever go on? Because that
How it
end
ended.
part,
It
I
was
was like,
crazy.
bruh. So I immediately texted you, was like, "Wait, but can we read the second one,
I
please?"
need to know what's happening.
I was prepared to beg. I was.
Should have let you grovel.
No.
Take it back. We're not
You
reading it.
didn't, because you also felt the need.
I did. I was like, yes. Now we're moving on into our quiz portion. Quiz. Pew, 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 pew. And today, I will be being quizzed by Eliana.
No.
I know.
You do that every time.
It's my one joke. Let me have it. Okay, I'm
You're such a
quizzing
dad.
Eliana. I'm such a dad. So I have 3 questions.
Okay.
And like one is like a bonusy, but not really. Okay.
Okay.
And I am giving you one without choices because I like that. I like to see you think.
I know you love that.
It's easy though. These are all easy because
Oh gosh.
it was hard to find questions. Okay. Question 1.
Okay.
This book is called Binding 13.
Mhm.
What is Binding 13 a reference to, Eliana?
It's a reference to Operation Binding 13. It's a bet that all of the like more senior girls had.
What year were those girls?
I think they were 6th year. It was either 6th or 5th.
Final answer?
Well, he's 5th year and he only likes like girlies that are older, so I'll say 6th.
It was 5th and 6th.
Oh, okay, yeah.
But yes, Operation 13.
Yeah.
Who could get them first? And it was the 6th. Okay, question 2. What is our beloved Gibby's first name?
Gerard.
Yes, it is. There you go. I had good answers. Why didn't you let me do it? It's fine. Let's for me to type.
I mean,
And then my bonus one was Johnny calls her Shannon like the
River.
yeah. Okay, and then my last question is how many kids do Shannon's parents have?
Oh my gosh. Okay, so
Is it I give you do you want to guess or do you want the multiple choice?
hold up. There's Darren, Joey, Shannon, Tig, Ollie, Sean. There's at least 6. I'm trying to remember if I'm missing one of them. Darren, Joey, Shannon, Tig, Sean, Ollie. Sean is the baby. Yeah, I'll say 6. How many
You are
are there?
correct.
Now that that's over and done with, and I have mastered this quiz, we'll move along into big screen, small screen.
Woo!
Give me your thoughts.
Oh, I would have ate this up as a teen show.
Girl, I said this is some Degrassi level
Girl, me
plot
too!
lines.
I said I would have ate this teen show up.
Yes.
I said it's giving the end. It's
Yes.
giving ABC Family.
I said bring back the end, you guys.
It's giving WB series. Like
top tier programming. That's what's wrong with the kids these days. They don't have.
Watch.
Yeah.
They had All American, I guess, but it wasn't as good as what we had. Okay.
No.
Not even close.
I mean, like a whole network for them.
Mm-hmm.
That's what they need.
Yeah.
They don't. They're lost. Poor things. They are. I'm sorry.
And then like their shows that they do have, like we watch them too.
Yeah, but that's why I'm saying that they're lost because, like, for example, they don't even have stores that are geared toward them either. Remember that they used to have Limited Too and
Come
like
on.
a bunch of stores that
Wet
are
Seal.
for teenagers. Now all they do is wear the same clothes that we wear.
Sheen, Fashion Nova, Pretty Little Things.
The makeup is the same as ours and all of like
a whole beat. Yeah.
the skincare and stuff like that. It's like, go be a child. What I was gonna say was, I would watch this over Euphoria. I've never watched Euphoria before, but everything that I hear about it sounds crazy.
Also, I feel like not a show for kids.
Right. It's
And
not a
it's not a
show
show
for
for
kids. The
kids.
fact that it's about kids is nuts. So I would watch this one. This one is more in line with kids and what they're doing.
Yeah, I might keep up with it, but definitely Teenage Mutant ate this up,
Yeah.
and y'all should do that. Did
What
you
are you
have anything?
talking about? You did watch All American.
This is true. Anyway, if y'all should do something with it for either way,
They
and I
really
and
should.
it could be a movie.
I don't want it to be a movie.
You would just miss so much.
Yeah.
She's so rich with the details,
Yeah, there's a lot of elements in there.
so it has to be a show.
And like
Hour
the
long
friends,
shows.
yeah, and the friends like relationships and stuff like that, and the
Hmm.
things going on with them is also really a big deal in
You know what
this.
it kept reminding me of? Remember Angus Thongs and the Perfect Snogging?
Mm-hmm.
It kept reminding me of that. Like it was maybe because they were like in the UK that I was just like, it's giving me this vibe. And I kept thinking of like a young Aaron Taylor Johnson playing um our Johnny. I also kept thinking of I don't know his name, but he's the oldest baker on Cheaper by the Dozen.
Mm.
You know what I'm talking about?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I don't know his name either, but
What's
I
his
do know
name? That
what you're
handsome
talking
boy.
about.
But I mean, he's a
Damn, he's a grown
grown
man.
man now. But when he was doing those movies, like
Yeah.
that's the vibe that I was getting for Johnny.
You know what's funny though is that Johnny was really hard for me because he was a teenager, but at the same time he was apparently very large. And that's a lot when
Yeah,
it comes to a teenager. Specifically, I just feel like that they're hard to cast.
yeah.
And then I
Tom Welling, sorry.
oh, I also really would want new actors,
Always, I'm always here
especially
for the new
for
actors.
Shannon. I don't feel like I could.
I don't know Shannon. I
Yeah,
haven't seen her. Not familiar.
no,
Yeah,
at all.
but she's out there somewhere.
She is.
Find her. You could do Shannon. Right. So superlatives.
Okay. Instead of the goat, I said Gibbsy was the foat, as in the best friend of all time.
One more time. What was it?
The foat.
The Fote? The friend of all time?
Yep.
Okay. No, Gibbsy was like undefeated. He was like number one. There's no one, zero, no higher.
No. And then the scum of the earth is split between her mom and her dad.
Yes.
Number
Yeah.
one brother is Joey.
Hmm.
And yeah, those were like the specific superlatives that I had.
Yeah.
Did you have any?
No.
Okay. Did you have anybody you related to?
Not necessarily related to because they were children. That's number one. But there were
Mm-hmm.
things that Shannon said. There were two specific things that I highlighted that I was like, oh, I relate to this. I think it was one about her, like her friends being her safety,
Mm-hmm.
and like having them. And I don't remember what the other one was. But it was funny, I think. But I'll say it in a moment.
Okay. For me, I did sometimes find myself relating to Gibbsy because he was insistent and aggravating.
Mm.
So there's this one quote that I was like, "Oh, this is me," where he's always yelling at Johnny. He's like, "Better out than in, lad. Practice makes perfect. Let me know how it goes." And it's about Johnny's injury.
He was insane.
he
He was so good.
he was.
When he like yelled at him for no, he is you. When he yelled at him for the injury and like not telling him like or not saying anything, he was like, "Why would you do that? Like that's so dumb." I was like, oh God. I was like, he's such a good friend.
Yeah, Gibbsy
Period.
and I were both really annoying. That's a good time.
I wouldn't say you were annoying.
I mean,
Or
I
him.
don't take offense to the kind of annoying that I
That
am.
yeah. Fair.
I'm very proud of it. Now we've reached our final segment, which is would you read more from this author? And
Yes.
absolutely.
Yes.
Like I said, I would have begged you to read the second one.
God, I really wish we would have got to there.
No, no, no. You know, my begging is just me being insistent and aggravating, just like Gibson. Thank you so much for watching. Please stay tuned for our next episode where we are
Diving
diving into
into
the
it.
second
Oh,
part
yes, ma'am.
of this little review that we're doing here.
Mm-hmm.
But before we close out, make sure that you like, comment, share, and subscribe. Also, make sure that you hit the notification bell
Yes, ma'am.
to be aware of whenever we're posting. Make sure that you are following us. All of the links are in the description box below. Anything else we got to tell them?
No, I think that's it. That's all.
All right. See you at the next meeting, girlies.
Bye,
Bye,
girlies.
girlies.